then you're the one that's going to reap the rewards. And there's some people on this line and people that are listening to the recording that maybe just, they feel like you're working as hard as you can. I understand. I talked a little bit about that last week. As I understand, there's a lot of times in our business that we push hard and we don't see any results. But that's part of it, because if it was simple and it just landed in your lap, then everybody would be doing it. The business and success does not work that way. Success takes an effort, an extra effort. It takes effort when you don't see any reward, when you don't see any benefit, when you're out there working, when you feeling like you're just not making it happen. It's those people that push through those times that find success, because success is on the other side of those walls, of those obstacles, of those feelings of doubt and insignificance. That's where success lies. It lies out there on the horizon. It doesn't sit right here in your lap with you like you can just sit there in la-la land. It doesn't work that way. And that's why it's worth the effort, because when you look back and you're able to share with your team, the people that as you get these phone calls and people tell you exactly what you're telling yourself and your upline is, man, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I'm not getting any results. It's not working for me. And you're going to push through those times, because you have to push through those times for the next person that has those feelings, because now you've experienced it. You've lived through it. You've made it through it. And now you can share your experience with that next person out there that's got they're down on their knees and they've got a hand up to you saying, help me, please. I'm failing. I don't feel it. I can't make it happen. And you can reach down there and say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. All I can tell you is you keep on pushing, because it's worth it. And you can do it. I believe in you. I did it. Tell you the story of when I was this, that, or the other thing, when I felt like I couldn't make it, when I called my upline and told me, I just can't, this is not for me, and he loved on me, and he shared with me, or she shared with me, and through that process, I stuck it out, and I stayed in one more day, and I contacted one more person, and now look at the business that I have, look at the income I have, and you have that experience that you can share with other people, because you cannot have that experience without going through it. Yes, I wish that you could have the experience through me and through my failures and my falling down and my hurts and my pain, so you don't have to go through it, but it doesn't work that way. And I'm kind of glad it doesn't. Yes, I wish that you all would find just massive success fall in your lap, simple. And you wouldn't have to struggle like I did through the days that I struggle. And I struggle even today, just pushing through and fighting with the doubt in my mind. I tell people ask me, Vincent, what's the biggest challenge or struggle you ever went through? What was your biggest adversity? What was the worst person that you ever contacted that just really put you down? And you know what? Honestly, the answer to every one of those questions is myself. The 6 inches between my ears. And that was my worst enemy, far worse than my loser cousin that put us down. Far worse than my neighbors that put me down. Far worse than the people around me. Far worse than anybody I ever prospected that put me down or said no. I've never had anybody beat me up, not even close to as bad as I beat myself up. And you will beat yourself up. And we have to look in the mirror. That's what those videos are so awesome about, because they push us and they give us little nuggets that can give us the ability to change our thought pattern, to start believing that we can, to start believing that, you know what, so what nobody in my family's ever become successful? So what nobody in my family's ever got out of college or went to college? So what if everybody in my family is working a dead-end job? And so what? That doesn't mean I have to live there too. Doesn't mean that I can't have a dream and a hope and desires of something a little more. So what? Just because I go to a church and nobody can help share and give, that doesn't mean that I have to be there, that I can't rise from the occasion and do something extraordinary, something different. Because that's how we got to change the thought pattern in our mind. We've got to change the way we believe in ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we think to ourselves, the way we feel about ourselves, and it's hard. Probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. But that is the most powerful thing you could ever do, is to believe in yourself and to don't let somebody beat you down. And worse than that, don't let yourself beat yourself down. I've heard somebody say one time, when somebody steal your dream, they can't steal your dream. You have to give it to them. I'm asking you and begging you, do not give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Give yourself the ability to grow and to change and keep moving forward and keep talking to one more person, keep sharing with one more person, keep doing the steps, the daily activity that you know you need to do to get there. And I promise you, sooner or later, it'll start building, and it'll start building, and it'll start building, and one person will come in and another person, and you will slowly start to chisel away that wall of doubt and that wall of disbelief, because the best thing you can do is do activity, because activity creates accomplishment. And when you accomplish something, that accomplishment gives you confidence. That confidence you get from that accomplishment gives you the ability to go out there and do more action. And that action that you do gives you accomplishment, which gives you more self-confidence, which gives you more action. But it's a vicious cycle, but it has to start every time. The starting point is action. You have to take the action to move forward when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to. Because there's people out there that want what you have to offer. It's $10. There's people out there that want this. You just got to keep going, keep moving, and start believing in yourself. Start changing that thought pattern. Start changing that doubt. Start changing the way you were, because what got you here won't get you there. What got you to this point right now in time, is where your belief cycle, your accomplishment, your successes, your failures, all that stuff won't get you where you're going. And then the other thing I want to leave you with, when you're out there sharing this, remember, it's not about you. It's about that next person down there that are on their knees at night praying for change. Maybe it's just the change of being a part of your life that changes their life forever. Maybe it's not the money. Maybe it's just a matter of being a part of something that you came into their life and you altered their life in a positive way for the rest of their life, their children's life. Who knows? You have no idea the effect that you're going to have on people. But because you're growing, you're changing, you're becoming a better person, that effect is going to be a positive effect. And people want to be a part of something great. And because you are great, you are going to have, people are going to want to be a part of what you're doing, because they're going to see greatness in you. Because you have the ability to accomplish whatever you want to. So I just want to, I don't know, man, I just get on these little rants sometimes. I just go off because I believe. You know, I've sat there. I've sat in my car and, you know, building a business before and cried and prayed and just didn't think I had it in me. You know, I was just a carpenter building houses, and it was hot as heck out there at the summer times, and I was sweating, and I was stinky and dirty, and I'd come home and I'd take a shower, and out the door I'd go and try to meet people and build a business, and I did it day after day after day after day after night after night. You know what? There's a lot of times I'd go months without nothing happening and think, man, this is just, but you know what? I pushed. Why? Because I had a dream. Because I knew that there was no possible way I could be the only person out here. There's no possible way that I couldn't outwork it. There was no possible way that, I don't care if I had to talk to 100 people to sponsor one. I just knew that I had to talk to more people. I knew that sooner or later it would start to happen. And it slowly did. And before long, after months of I was in the tunnel and there was no light at the end of the tunnel, you start to see a little gray speck over there, and you blink your eyes and say, is that really a light at the end of the tunnel? And then sometimes you say, no, that wasn't a light. That was just, the darkness of my mind playing tricks on me. And you keep moving. And then that grayness starts to get light, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel because you kept pushing on. And now you are that beacon of hope to somebody else because you kept pushing on, because you kept sharing, because you were the one that fought through the adversity. And you are now that link, that life raft to many other people. So I want to encourage you guys to push, to focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. Go out there and share this opportunity with people and let the chips fall where they may. The ones that want to get involved, get them involved. The ones that don't, then don't. And plug your people into these calls and the stuff and make sure that they're watching the videos. Keep them engaged because when the people quit showing up, they quit showing up. I guarantee you if you stop showing up to the calls, to the stuff, out of sight, out of mind, you'll just go back to the way life was. And I'm not saying that it wasn't good or wasn't great or wasn't okay with you, but you're here for a reason, so you want something more. You want something different. Hold on to that like a life raft. Do not let that go. That is the only thing you have between the way it was and the way you want it to be as your dream, your vision, your hope of change and something better. So my name is Vince St. Louis. God bless you all and have a great evening.
Thank you, Vincent.